My name is Emily. I'm 35 years old. I have been married to my husband, Howard, for 10 years. Howard is 40 years old. We have a 7-year-old son named Charlie. For many years, we were very happy together. Howard was kind, loving, and attentive. We spent time together as a family. We laughed, talked, and shared our dreams. But a few months ago, something changed. At first, it was small things. Howard forgot our dinner plans. He forgot to pick up groceries. Sometimes he repeated the same questions several times. I thought he was stressed because of work. His company was going through difficult times, and he often came home tired. One evening, I prepared his favorite meal. I wanted to surprise him. When he walked into the kitchen, he looked confused. "Who are you?" he asked. I laughed because I thought he was joking, but he wasn't smiling. His face was serious. "Howard, stop joking," I said. "I'm sorry," he replied quietly. "I really don't know who you are." At that moment, my heart stopped. I felt cold and frightened. I immediately called his doctor. The next day, Howard went through several medical tests. The doctors examined him carefully. A week later, we received the results. Howard had a rare neurological condition that was affecting his memory. The doctor explained that the illness could cause confusion and memory loss. Sometimes Howard remembered everything. Sometimes he forgot important parts of his life, including me. The news was devastating. I cried for hours after we returned home. Howard sat beside me. He could see that I was upset, but he didn't fully understand why. The man I loved was sitting next to me, yet part of him no longer knew who I was. The following months were extremely difficult. Some mornings Howard recognized me immediately. He would smile and say, "Good morning, sweetheart." Those were the best days. But on other mornings, he looked at me like a stranger. He would politely ask my name. Every time it happened, my heart broke again. Charlie noticed that something was wrong. One afternoon, he asked me, "Mom, why does Dad forget things?" I didn't know how to answer. I hugged him tightly. "Dad is sick," I said softly, "but he still loves us." Charlie nodded. He was young, but he understood more than I expected. One day, Howard forgot Charlie's name. Our son tried not to cry, but later that night I heard him crying in his bedroom. I sat beside him and held his hand. "Will Dad ever remember us again?" he asked. I couldn't promise that he would. "We'll keep loving him no matter what," I said. Months passed. Howard's condition continued to change. Some days were better, some were worse, but I refused to give up. I filled our house with photographs, pictures of our wedding, pictures of family vacations, pictures of Charlie growing up. Every evening we looked through them together. I told Howard stories about our life, how we met, how he proposed, how excited we were when Charlie was born. At first, he listened quietly. Then something surprising happened. One evening, he pointed at a wedding photograph. "I remember that day," he whispered. I looked at him in shock. "You do?" He nodded. "Not everything, just a little." Tears filled my eyes. For the first time in months, there was hope. From that day forward, we continued our routine. Every night we shared memories. Slowly, small pieces of his past began to return. Not all at once, not perfectly, but enough. One rainy evening, Howard and I sat on the porch together. Charlie was asleep upstairs. The rain fell softly around us. Howard reached for my hand. Then he looked directly into my eyes. "I remember you," he said. I couldn't speak. My eyes filled with tears. "I remember your smile. I remember our wedding. I remember how much I love you." I started crying.
Howard pulled me close. For the first time in a long time, I felt like my husband was truly back. His memory never returned completely. There were still difficult days. There were still moments of confusion. But something important had changed. Howard no longer saw me as a stranger. He knew who I was. And even when his memory failed him, his heart remembered. That experience taught me something powerful. Love is more than memories. Love is patience. Love is commitment. Love is staying beside someone, even when life becomes difficult. My husband forgot many things, but in the end, he remembered the most important thing of all. He remembered us.